Hi, Kevin Henry, and I'm the Group Editorial Director for UBM Medica's Dental Division, including Dental Products Report and Modern Hygienist. And I'm on a Google Hangout today with Angela Fuller. And Angela, would you just tell us, our viewers a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Sure, Kevin. So I recently moved from Colorado to Missouri and started working at a federally qualified health center here and love what I do. I'm a dental hygienist, of course, and dental hygiene is my passion. I love being very thorough in my clinical skills and helping people just reach that optimal health with their oral, needs.
I appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat today. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was your article that we're going to be running in the October edition of Dental Products Report. And you talked in there about implant maintenance and really making sure that instruments weren't scratching the implant. And you did some very interesting research with that. So I just thought, would you mind just sharing a little bit of your thought process that went into the article and the research behind it?
My pleasure. So this has been a very long process to get this paper published and get everything together. I did the clinical trial. I was part of the team that tested the instruments probably close to 2 years ago. And basically what American Eagle, their goal was to set out to prove that their instruments were the softest or that they could back their claims that they don't scratch the implant surfaces of the implants that are being placed. Little did they know that they weren't the softest. And the big theme was that no, titanium is not all created equal. It may be a like versus like metal, but it can still be harder than your implant surface. So their great team of engineers and researchers found out that the Rockwell hardness scale is the best, most thorough, evidence-based way to measure metal's hardness to see if it's, harder than what you're using or softer. And so they had their original instruments. They had us test to see how effective they were in removal of tartar, debris, biofilm, things like that. And then they went back to the drawing board basically once they found out that their hardness wasn't where they wanted it to be. So they kind of switched some things in their makeup of their titanium and came out with a much, better, softer, still clinically strong and effective instrument. And the biggest thing that we took away was not all titanium is created equal. You really got to know what you're using and how you're using it. Even though it's titanium, it could still be scratching the implant surface. So,
And do you find that that's something that happens very frequently and maybe the dental practitioner doesn't even know it regarding the scratching?
I believe so for sure. I mean, I'm a part of a lot of dental forums and things on, Facebook, and the question comes up quite often, what's the general consensus? What's the most recent information regarding implant maintenance and using instruments? What's best? And some of the comments, you're just like, wow, just being so knowledgeable. It's pretty amazing to see how little information there is out there as to what's best and what's effective and what's not good to use. So,
And just remind our viewers, I mean, hopefully this is very common sense, but remind them why the scratching of the implant is something to worry about.
oh yeah. So anytime you have something that is, you know, incorporated into the body permanently, our goal is to keep it as ideal and prime as possible. So if we're taking an instrument that is harder than that material and causing micro scratches, what that allows is bacteria to adhere to those surface scratches and basically cause peri-implantitis or inflammation around the implant, because now we have all these new surfaces for things to hang out on, cause the inflammation, cause the lack of attachment and issues that peri-implantitis causes. So the less risk of scratching, the longer prognosis, better prognosis you're going to have with your implants, and the less risk for the peri-implantitis issues.
And I'm curious, I mean, you talked about your passion at the very start of our interview, but how does a dental hygienist get so excited and want to do all this research that you did that went behind this paper?
Well, I'm kind of a nerd. I love the clinical aspect of things. I love just having that hard factual information to back what I'm doing because to me, I want to talk the talk and walk the walk. I want to be able to have that fact that I know what I'm doing is best for you. It's not just hearsay. It's not just, oh, I think that this might be best. I want to know that it's best. And so to me, even in hygiene school, I always took more of a research background and explored those kind of more nerdy aspects of things, getting into the nitty gritty of details and data and, just really disseminating the information to find out the truth of what's going on. So.
And obviously, again, the article is going to be in the October edition of Dental Products Report. I think it's going to be very interesting for both dentists and hygienists and really all members of the dental team to read. Angela, what's the one thing that you want people to learn from this article and walk away from and then implement into their practice?
I would say don't take things at face value. A lot of companies claim this or that. Really do your own research and try to find out what they're claiming and if it's true or not. Is there factual information to back those claims? Do your research on your instruments. Do your research on everything you use. Your friends and dentists always give you a good referral, but make your own personal choices. And the second point is that not all titanium is created equal. You may think, well, I know it's best to use titanium on an implant because it won't scratch. Well, there is still instruments out there that are harder than your implant body itself, and it can still scratch. So just know what you're doing and what you have in your hands.
Hey, it seems simple, but it's great advice. Absolutely. Well, Angela, thank you so much for your time. And again, I'm looking forward to hearing the comments back after folks read your article in the October issue of Dental Products Report.
Thank you so much, Kevin. It's been a pleasure.